You know, I only keep $2 on me for that reason.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, they're
No.
probably going to think you're cheap. None of those ladies are going to give you money.
Did you not see me?
Although that lady in the mud there, she looks like she might take your last $2, you know?
Yeah, she definitely would probably take my last $2.
She's not exactly the high class sort, is she?
Yeah, she'd be like, oh yeah, I'll give you credit. My goodness. Put it on the books now. Oh my goodness. Then I'm gonna be owing her money. Oh my, that's terrible.
You don't want to ever, you know, indulge a working girl who keeps books.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah. Oh my.
Young man, would you like to make $20?
Doing what exactly?
I'll talk about that in private if you don't mind. But it's easy $20 if you like it.
Yeah, alright, I can make a bit of money.
Throw me over by the horses.
I'll catch you later.
Morning, sir.
I would like you to go over to the sheriffs and tell them that the civil bastards are the ones who robbed the train the other day. $20 is yours.
Are you in for some fun?
You want me to go tell them now? I'll do that. Fucking easy money.
Hey, they're good looking.
Thank you for the favor, much appreciated. I think it's time they know who did the job, of course.
Alright, yeah, okay. I'll go pass that on for you.
Much appreciated. Thank you. Do 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 do. All right, set up piano.
I can tell a real heartbreaker when I see one. Don't you bother yourself. It's no matter.
I wish my wife thought the same.
Oh,
Well, thank you, young man, for doing that delivery for myself. How'd it go?
I think you owe me another $20.
Why's that?
Because I had to talk to deputies in their office. I don't like being locked in small spaces with deputies.
I tell you what, son, that's why I paid you $20. $20 goes a long way these days, don't you
I
think?
mean, $20 is enough to maybe talk to a deputy, but to be locked in a room with a deputy, I don't know.
Well, you seem like you came out unscathed. Maybe you learned a thing or two about how the office works, perhaps, if you were paying attention.
Ah, all right. Already got some friendly deputies.
Is that so? How did they take my little message, by the way?
Well, to be honest, they did seem a little confused, but I mean, I passed it on. I mean, they asked for a description of you, so I described you. And this other guy there, Warren, had already described you to him. So, yeah. And then they said if they wanted to, I don't know, do a lineup or something, would I go in and, identify you? But I don't know. I reckon I'd probably have to lie.
Well, I appreciate if you did that, but then again, I don't see myself being captured by the law anytime soon. I'll take it from the way you reacted to that. It's like, you're not a big fan of the law yourself, is that so, old man?
Not. I ain't best friends with him, no.
What do you do for work these days?
A little bit of this and a little bit of that, but sometimes I hunt as well.
You say, would you be happy with the meager earnings you're making, or would you like to make more, perhaps? I have more money where that came from. $20 is $20, don't you think?
I mean, yeah, I could make more money, yeah.
Think about it. Even though you had to be talked to about some deputies for a short time period, don't you think that was a well-spent $20 compared to hunting an elk and hoping to get a pristine?
I'll cut you a break, and first job, I'll do it at discounted price. How about that?
Well, we can see about that then, depending on the job, of course.
I mean, yeah, depending on the job.
You're curious.
Depends what you want out of me.
Depends as well. Well, I'm looking for more associates to help me out with my future endeavors. Perhaps you might be interested. You probably have an idea working around in your brain of yours about what I might do out there.
Yeah, I do have a pretty good idea as to what you may do out there, yeah.
Well, see up then. What do you think I'll do?
I think that you like to engage in some kind of financial matters, I would guess.
I do enjoy a good financial situation where I can make my income in the 3-digit numbers.
As do I.
That's good to hear. What was the other man who identified me? Was he a man with a long beard? Did he tell?
He was the other fella standing there with me, the one in brown.
Oh, the one that you were talking to on the porch there in front of the saloon.
Yeah, that one.
Interesting.
But he was already up there talking to him before I was talking.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's important that I make sure the proper individuals get credit for the job they did out there. Myself, I don't enjoy talking to deputies all too often as well.
Nah, I tend to avoid conversations with them when I can.
I would say they're probably the largest gang around New Alexandria, if you ask me.
Without doubt, the government is the biggest gang around.
Did you ever, before now, did you ever hear about the train robbery by any chance? If you haven't, would you like to...
I've heard about lots of robberies. You're going to have to be more specific.
Oh, train robberies, very specific. Not very many people have done that, or even succeeded in that.
It weren't the... Wait, when the train... Wait, was it yesterday? I know there was a bearer-bond train yesterday.
Yes, there was. There was one. I heard they lost $595 on that train. And 3 deputies were shot and injured. Real nasty like.
Is that all they had?
They could have had more, but they only a couple stops left. I heard that these so-called outlaws out there wanted to meet them halfway instead of waiting for them to complete the trip, just in case they messed up once or twice in the process.
See, a little birdie told me that when that train robbery was going on, the bank in St. Denis, I ain't gonna call it St. Denis because that's French. But yeah, I got told that was gonna get. Got told that was gonna get hit while the train was going was up north. I don't know if that happened.
I heard there's other folks out there in different gangs thinking about trying to hit the place, but from what I hear, no one else attempted.
Yeah, I've heard of a few different gangs who were doing something, and I know of a few others that were involved that I've done other work with, but
Oh, very interesting. I'd like to know about them if you wouldn't mind. Perhaps another $20 could loosen your lips, perhaps, young man.
Yeah, $20 might help me remember some names.
Well then, I'm Carson Wilthorne. Pleasure to meet you. And your name?
Harry Williams, but most people call me Shiv.
Well, Shiv, let's get some business done. If you would like to accompany me down to the bank.
All right.
And what kind of work do you usually engage in besides hunting from other individuals, if you don't mind me prying so early before your payment?
Well, I see things, I hear things, I shoot some things.
Interesting.
In fact, if you were to read last week's headlines, the front page, some of my work may have made that front page.
Interesting. I unfortunately haven't had time to catch the newspaper these days, but what about the office up here? Perhaps I can get the most recent paper.
Yeah, I mean, I'd recite it to you if I could, but I can't fucking read.
Well, if you can't read, how do you know it got onto the front paper then, son?
Some other associates of mine let me know.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm here to make a withdrawal. Let's go have a conversation somewhere more private. Alright, now, before I give you this $20, we'll see if I get some information out of you first before I decide to give you this one. Now, who are these other individuals?
Hang on. Half up front. $10.
Maybe I might have to find somebody else to talk to instead, Mr. Shiv.
I mean, you're free to find someone else to talk to, but you know,
good.
not as many people are as talkative as me.
I mean, you all saying no to $20 and perhaps future work as well, Mr. Shiv. Hope you understand that as well.
I mean, I can appreciate where you're coming from, but myself and my associates have proven ourselves to be very useful people.
Well then.
So you'd be missing out.
Is that so? I mean, with the name like the Silver Bastards going around, perhaps they might come to me instead, Mr. Shiv.
See, myself and my associates, we don't tend to affiliate ourselves. We are freelancers.
Interesting.
And we tend to work for people who may have similar ideas.
Like-minded individuals, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, son,
Exactly.
you may not be able to read, but you've convinced me to give you half.
See? And I'll give you some information. So what do you want to know? Appreciate it.
I would like to know how many other like-minded individuals are out there these days. I know since the days of Mr. Biggs and other individuals have come and gone, I have to say the market is very open for very entrepreneurial individuals.
There are some very, very like-minded individuals out there. So I did a bit of work with some people the other day. The Colts. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Well, I've heard about the Colts. Sounds like a
Yeah.
wild card bunch.
Nah, I did a job with them. Very professional. Very professional. Some of them, some of the most professional people I've met. Um, I mean, it weren't nothing too big. It was just a robbery, but they were on. They had everything, you know, ready to go. They had a plan. They had they had somewhere for everyone to meet up should the law intervene. And when the law did intervene, well, it didn't go their way. So I was very impressed with them and their leader. What's that fella's name? Ethan Colt. Apparently, he's a very charismatic individual and of a similar mindset to you. They seem to be at war with the deputies. They ain't fans with the law.
Interesting. Now, is the last name just Colt, or is there a actual cult involved in their little society?
No, no, their last name's Colt. You know, like the gun.
Oh, interesting. That's funny. Some individuals on the road got the word cult confused for the cultists.
Oh no, I don't. No, I didn't get no cult vibe off them. They're not like they're not all called cult. It's just the name they go under, right?
Well, that's a good
I
thing
think
to know.
usually cult is Ethan. I think.
How about you and your associates directly? Are you a private, small individual group then? Who make a name for yourself?
We are not really. We're not really looking to make a name for ourselves. That's why we don't mind other people, you know, getting the limelight. Um, at the moment, well, when you get a chance to look at the paper, we're all trying to, you know, lay low a little. Fortunately for me, I was one of the only people not identified, so I'm lucky. But yeah, so we don't, you know, go about really trying to make our name for ourselves. We've done a fair bit, and you know, people have certainly heard of what we've done, but they wouldn't know it was us.
That's the one thing, son. You may not be trying to make a name for yourself, but in the line of work that I believe you find yourself in, if you don't make a name for yourself, somebody else will make a name for you after a while.
Eventually, maybe, and that's a problem when it's a problem. But for now, you know, I'm fine. You know, not having a name for myself.
That's fair enough. I'll tell you one thing, though. Every outlaw I've ever met and like-minded individual, they are at some point come very close to the law, one way or another, because a name will be made for themselves within due time. The way of things. No one ever stays low forever.
Nah, and I'm sure my time will come, but at the moment it ain't my time.
I was just gonna say, I have, me and my associates have some big plans in the works in the nearby future. And I could use a couple extra hands with these jobs, involving more, government bonds, as you can understand.
Yeah, I could probably find you 3 extra hands, including myself.
Well, that'd be the number I'll need as well. Myself already have, 2 other strong men who, enjoy a good roughhousing.
Yeah, and I got 2 other fellas who are, you know, they're not afraid of a fight.
Well, that's good to hear. Well then, you definitely earned yourself the other $10 here, son.
Appreciate it. I'm a reasonable individual when it comes to business.
Well, it's good to hear. Now, besides the Colts and yourself, if there's any other individuals, I know the Crays are starting about. I know they've
See,
changed a lot.
what I hear about the Crays is they seem to be living off their old name. As I understand it, the old heads of that family are dead. So, kind of new blood running that family, and from what I've heard, a lot of it's just You know, they're living off the legend.
That's what it sounded like to me as well. One of my associates was saying the same thing. It's good to hear some more validity to that assumption.
Yeah, there's another interesting fella I've had a couple of interesting conversations with, I'll say. A fella by the name of Snakeface. A little Mexican shit who ain't popular with no one. But the way I see him is he's just a weapon that needs some direction.
I heard about Snakeface from a deputy who didn't know who I was while I was waiting for my friends to arrive. We talked about Snakeface. He was very much like a man named Slimy a while back. I think.
Yes, I have heard of Mr. Slimy, yeah.
I believe men like that, they give good outlaws a bad name. They're too much of a wild card. Too destructive in all directions.
Both the conversations I've had with Mr. Snakeface have not been conversations he's wanted to have, if you catch my drift.
I understand that.
Yeah, so we've had our run-ins, but the way myself and my associates see him is very much someone to keep at arm's length, but a useful weapon if he could be directed. Because I've seen some of his handiwork firsthand, and if he weren't so fucking mental, he may actually be useful.
I think what he's useful for is somebody to pin the blame on.
Exactly.
I have another question for you. Do you know the name of a man named, do you know this man, Marcus Baker, by any chance?
I've heard the name. Hang on, what's this? Here, fuck off! But we're having a conversation, go on.
Careful then.
Oh, go on, fuck off. Go on. Piss off. Fuck right off, go on. I fucking hate
I was gonna step on the stoop up here out of the rain. All right then.
But, as I was saying, yeah, he's not someone I'd fucking trust. And he's not someone I'd bring into anything important.
Oh, I wouldn't.
He's a useful distraction.
You talking about Snakeface or Marcus Baker?
Oh, Snakeface. Marcus Baker, I've heard the name, don't really know nothing about him.
I'll tell you what, you might have another $20 in your pocket if you find out where he is and how he's been. You'll be able to recognize him pretty easily. He is missing in the air.
Alright, any other, I mean, any place he normally will frequent, or,
Valentine. And he has kind of a growly voice. It sounds like a younger man. It's kind of soft, but sounds like he's trying to be tough at the same time. He has black hair, usually shaves the sides.
Alright.
He fancies himself a vigilante these days. Let's just say he's on the bad side of my faith.
Okay. Alright, Marcus Baker. I'll have a word. One of the other guys might know of him. We've got a list of fucking people, but yeah, I can't read, so I don't have that list on me.
Well, another $20 for another person I'm looking for as well. Miss Gray, Rosie Gray. I heard of her before.
Rosie Gray. Alright.
She's black hair, short. She tends to stutter quite often while she speaks. She sells chocolates on occasion as a side job. Kind of got a soft voice as well. Her stutter isn't too bad, but she will repeat herself often on occasion.
Alright, okay. I can keep an eye out.
For $100, if you do find her, and you and your friends tend to keep her company for a short period of time until I may arrive, perhaps I'll pay more as well.
Okay. 100. Alright.
And one warning I should issue about her. Her words are as venomous as a snake, and she is not to be trusted if she pleads for anything. She'll say you would find a knife in your back sooner than anything else.
That's all women, isn't it?
That is right. I've been married 7 times and divorced 7 times.
Oh, I ain't making that mistake. I just keep them ladies down in St. Denis busy.
Well, if in Saint Denis, ask for Sherry. She is clean of the fire crotch.
Oh, good, because I've just had to clear up an itch. I had to go down to the doctor in Valentine and get an ointment. It was the worst experience of my life so far.
The rain's cleared. If you do one more favor, this one is up to you. If you can spread the word of the train robbery was done by the Silver Bastards, much appreciated.
It's silver bastards, right?
The Silver Bastards, yes sirree.
Alright, and, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Well, thank you very much. The deputies are, right now, fairly scattered after that since, such a large, important shipment of, government bonds was taken from them by force.
I would imagine they are. I would imagine that. They don't really seem to have their heads screwed on when it comes to investigations, to be honest, as far as I can tell.
I'll give you some advice right now. Do not underestimate them, because that's when they get you. Sometimes they don't have the best methods or they're late to the thing, but they sometimes will find a trail and they have good intuition and they do catch up with you on occasion. And they have other tactics that will catch you off guard as well,
Also,
Mr. Shiv.
for a little bit extra cash, I might be able to get someone to have a peek at some records and warrants and such if you ever require that.
Well, I mean, like I was clearing one's name, perhaps?
I mean, maybe I could, you know, ask someone to fluff some paperwork. I can see, but, you know.
Well, Shiv, I appreciate the sentiment, but I'll tell you one thing. When individuals who've been in the business as long as I have find themselves muddied wherever they go.
True, you are an old bastard.
I'm
got
only
plenty
getting
of
older as
time in
well.
me.
Well, if you ever have any questions about something, ask me, because I have quite a bit of experience underneath this belt.
What was your name again? Because obviously I'm gonna have to get one of my associates to send you a telegram if we get this person, because I can't send it.
Carson Wilthorne. Well, you won't be able to
Carl-
find me through the telegram system anyways.
Carson. Was it Carson, right?
Carson Wilthorne, yes sir.
Carlson. Alright, Carlson. Alright, okay, alright. Okay, alright, I got that. Yeah, alright. Oh, we wouldn't be able to find you anyway.
Yeah, I tend to, unfortunately not be able to receive telegrams under my original name. Let's put it that way.
Ah, alright, yeah. No more explanation needed. Alright, well, yeah, I can get on that for you. I can put a word out, see if anyone has heard of these people.
Well, Shiv, you take care. I'm gonna go find myself back inside that saloon there. Make myself nice and comfy.
Alright. No problem.
I appreciate the conversation, and I look forward to potential beneficial future between me and maybe your friends and yourself as well.
Alright, yeah. Have a nice drink.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shiv. Enjoy the rest of your day. And God bless.
You fuck off, I'm walking here.